The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
Today, Checkpoints is reporting from Sheikh Batili. We are attending the conference, which is called Black and Caspian Sea Ports and Shipping 2022 conference, which is hosted by APM terminals here in Georgia. It has united almost all the stakeholders of the sector, including from the international organizations, international markets, Kazakhstan, Baku, and also Georgia, including Poti and Batumi. More than 20 speakers will be speaking at the conference, and the main aim is to strengthen the economic resilience through Europe and the Black Sea and Caspian region connectivity, so that during these rough times for the world, there are on the table there are not only challenges but also joint opportunities.
There is some disruption because of the very unfortunate situation in Ukraine, that we are devastated about the development in Ukraine. That will have an impact on the cargo flow. We will see an increase in cargo flow now through Poti, and Poti is ready to handle that cargo flow. The cargo flow is expected to increase, and that is why we have plans for expanding the port.
Yes, and what is happening right behind you? Please explain a little bit. What's this stand for, and what is it waiting for?
So we have all the important stakeholders from basically from Asia through Central Asia, the Caucasus, and Georgia in this conference today. So that is shipping lines, we have railway companies, we have logistics companies, we have cargo owners. All those stakeholders can now spend the next 2 days setting up agreements, discuss how can we connect Asia through Central Asia with Poti. And our stand here is to make people aware of the opportunities that lies in creating a seamless transportation through that. Don't forget that when you ship a container from China to Poti over the waterways, it takes typically 8 to 10 weeks. We have run several block trains through Central Asia, across the Caspian Sea and through Caucasus, and that only takes up to 25-30 days. So there's a significant time-wise saving in using this corridor, and there's also a money-wise incentive in using this. It will be, the more cargo we see flowing through the corridor, it will be cheaper to ship cargo, and that will be to the benefit of everyone.
Ports from different parts of Black and Caspian Sea are definitely seeing this opportunity to draw increased volumes of cargo.
We expect from the recent geopolitical events occurring, there will be a need for the middle corridor to be able to absorb all this cargo from the northern corridor, for example, because of the conflicts in the region. And when we meet face to face, we'll have a deeper understanding of the other side's restraints, constraints, or potential. And at the same time, we adjust our own operation and management systems to match their side. The objective is to have a seamless transfer of cargo from east to west, from China to Caucasus to Aktau, to Port of Baku, to Poti, across the Black Sea, and to the world market.
A very coordinated work is necessary between the harbor, railway, and there is not only one port. Here we mean Batumi, Poti, Georgian railway, port of Baku, also a new harbor, Govsana, which will also start operating, and that's what we heard on the conference, to have the ability to accommodate not only cargo, but containers as well, and on top of that, of course, port of Aktau and harbors of Kurik and Turkmenbash. No one could have anticipated the current events evolving this way. And of course, harbors have been developing and Poti has very big plans for further development. However, the demand today is so high that it calls for higher capacities as well. Not everyone is ready for that. Most probably, railways of our partner countries will also participate in this process, and by all means, Poti and Batumi must do their best to meet the demand on increased cargo volumes.
For me, it is a very important conference which shows us what is a potential growth in this region, and Black Sea region, Caucasus, Caspian, because this is an alternative route for Silk Road according to the belt, I mean for the shipping connections. It's a very important route because it is give us a possibility to link the countries which are on this road between China and Europe on the land side. I mean the Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, okay, Azerbaijan, Georgia, and further, let's say, other European countries which are on this route, like Romania, for instance, and finally Poland, which will be a hub for transportation cargo for Scandinavian and in UK regions.
Business has exact numbers on how better connectivity within the Black and Caspian Sea region could boost trade among the countries of the region.
Considering our industry, the global industry worldwide is at its peak. It has never been so under the focus of the world, and it has never been so profitable for the worldwide companies involved in shipping, in international transportation. However, Georgia being what in container business, what we call an outport, it has suffered from this global situation because it is a less profitable area. Therefore, for the first time in many years, Georgia has seen a decrease in volume in 2021, which we are all expecting to rebound very quickly this year.
90% of our exports used to go through Russia, and now with the situation and geopolitical crisis, we are looking for diversifying our export routes, import routes, and essential in this is developing Trans-Caspian route, middle corridor as we call it. And today, also tomorrow we'll have a trade mission in Tbilisi, where we brought about 30 Kazakh exporters. You know, trade between Kazakhstan and Georgia last year estimated to be $88 million, but we want to grow it, want to double it, and as for our trade with Turkey is about 4 billion, and with Europe almost 28.9 billion. So the potential is enormous, and trading, I think, is a good way to develop our partnership and cooperation, and we see big opportunities here.
Opportunities, however, don't come without challenges. Need for increased capacity is one. The main challenges also target organizing a unified tariff system and ensuring its efficacy.
There is no time to lose. We'll have to test new approaches as we go, develop everything as we go. Cargo volumes grow substantially, and we have to note here in the first place that the corridor does have the capacity to accommodate increased volumes of cargo because this route was not functioning at its full capacity. So the first freights will go through without problems, without any additional investment into infrastructure. With the help of this cooperation among the countries of the region, we redirect the cargo to avoid bottlenecks where we notice them. However, as I mentioned, the cargo is growing at a quick pace and big volumes, and it will be essential to develop and invest into infrastructure, get rid of trade barriers, solve the problems with crossing borders and tariffs. Of course, it is a very important component. TMT corridor is in the process of negotiating tariffs with its members. Immense work has already been done. Georgia is also part of all these together with Azerbaijan, Turkey and Kazakhstan counterparts, and it's very good. What we also heard today is that there is already an agreement reached and marine vessels will be moving on the Black Sea to the European ports, Romania and Bulgaria. This means that common tariffs will be set not only till the ports in Georgia, but already to Romania and then beyond. Cargo is enough for everyone, for BTK, for ports in different countries of the region. This should become the basis of cooperation. As for competition, good volumes, accommodating time, etc., will define where cargo goes.
Competition will be there, and it is necessary for further development of this sector and this region.
Competition is good, and what I always say is that definitely the volume going on BTK is not arriving on the Georgian port, it is landing in a Turkish port. However, if it was not landing on the Turkish port, it would have gone somewhere else, not in Georgia, most probably. So it is adding transit in Georgia, which is also revenue for Georgia and an importance for the Georgian corridor. Therefore, for me, the BTK is a very profitable tool for Georgia. Long term, it can also bring the same cargo to Georgia.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.